それではお時間になりましたので、本日最後のトークセッションということで、足利さん、よろしくお願いします。Would you please start the presentation?
Good afternoon. Thanks for coming. My talk is about teaching data structures with Python. I am computer science professor at FATEC University. It's a São Paulo public university. And I also have a massive open online course of Python in Brazil. Data structures is a discipline very difficult to teach for professors. Is a discipline very difficult to the students. And also is a very difficult discipline for my university. Sometimes C language is the design of the C language has made for Unix to construct operating system. Sometimes it's a bit hard to teach data structures with C. I love data structure, but it's discipline very important to teach the design of good algorithms. The algorithms are independent of the languages and operating systems. And data structure in my universities have a very bad year in 2008 because only 50% approved. It's bad, and in 2050 we have only 10% retained. With C and Python and hybrid approach. And the summary, C only 2008, we have the 85% retained. With the hybrid approach, Python mainly, with also C. Last year, 12% retained. In this year, last semester, only 10% retained. And we have a national grade for all computer science universities. FATEC have a maximum grade. 5 is the maximum grade. We have contest, programming contest. We took the first in 62 FATECs last year and now and again. And we also are in final ICPC programming contest in Brazil. Some details. And we have only lab-only classes, no chalkboards. All classes are practicals. We have 4 main projects to develop for students. This is a strange name, is a type of coaches. Some of the best students could help the other students as coaches. And all the algorithms I teach in Python with C side by side. I will show you in next slides. Why Python? Python is used mainly in computer science CS0, but in my opinion, it's good to teach also data structures. This paper show the traditional C style syntax, while it has influenced the generation of programs, exhibits problems in terms of usability for novices. But usability is a problem for teaching data structures also. And in an interview of people of ACM, Donald Knuth told the most common fault in computer classes is to emphasize the rules of a specific programming language instead of to emphasize the algorithms that being expressed in these languages. Sometimes the teachers lost the time in syntax problems of C, Java language instead of algorithms expressed in those languages. Python is so clear, there are no syntax problems. But I will show a lot of code. I think the talk will be a lot heavy, but will be more tangible showing the code. And C is good for optimization, details, low level. Python is good to show the essence of the algorithm, readability, high level. There are no better language. The two languages are good. But if the algorithm is the same, in terms of number of steps, complexity, premature optimization is evil also in teaching data structures. We are using Python to show the high level and C to show the number of steps if necessary with success. First, in Python, all variables are just names, references. A plus A equal 42 are pointers to objects. And it's necessary to explain, for example, in an array, B equal A, if you have a segment, index 0 equal 42, A changed, B changed to also, because A and B are pointed to the same object. And you need to explain if you want a different object, you need to create a different instance. It's good to teach to the students this type of concepts. It's very good. Python have big integers as a cool. And C, I don't like in Python 3, 1 divide 2 is 0.5 is cool. And is a strange for beginners. 1 divide 2 is 0. It's for beginners as a bit crazy. And we have a multi-assignment also. We don't have a need to third variable. And we have multiple assignments for name, char, price, year, month, date, or first, dot, star, middle, last. to or name, email, star phones is a cool features, multiple assignments in Python. Indentation. The programming activity should be viewed as a process of creating works of literature, written to be read. Donald Knuth always having mentioned that indentation needs to be part of syntax of the language. This printf 10 times hello world, we print one time only, is because this fault. And this indentation doesn't work. Print 1, print 2, print 3. Because the indentation is in C language, doesn't work, and Apple last year have a good example of flaws in language without indentations in syntax. Let's go to fail, no brackets, go to fail. It's crazy because this code is in Apple SSL security flaw. Recursion. To understand recursion, one must first understand recursion. To solve the problem, I found the barriers between barriers, so I adopted a recursive solution. First, the Fibonacci is bad as exponential. To solve the exponential problem, the first approach is a dictionary. With a dictionary, we don't repeat the calls, but the Python have a cool features. The LRU cache and the more high-level data structures to show the students more interesting approaches in data structures that doesn't exist in C language. And the dynamic aspects of Python has possible to some it's student solution for decimal to binary conversion. This decimal to binary conversion only possible because the dynamic aspect of Python is a cool thing. It's not my solution of one student. I think it's cool. Linked lists. Linked lists in C language is a struct and cargo next. Linked lists have some details and it's difficult to teach. For example, this list have a head. Why have a head? Because if you have a head, you avoid the empty list verification. If you have a head in insert function, you avoid the need to verification to empty list. And if you have a head, you don't need to pass the pointer to pointer of the initial of linked lists is detail of implementation of linked lists. To optimization, we also we insert in reverse order 3 to 1 because the insertion is in the beginning of the linked lists. And this kind of details sometimes are confusing for the students. In Python, we don't need to enter in the details because we have a more direct way to implement linked lists, for example. But in my opinion, there are good parts in teach C. There are good parts in teach Python, and I teach in both ways. And this part we show the optimization. This part we show the high level, and in FATEC we teach the both ways, C and Python. And the students learn the two ways. Queues. And distance in networks. We have a matrix. We have the nodes 3 to 4. We have 1 if you have a connection 3 to 4. We have a problem to calculate the minimum distance of the node 3 to the other nodes. The beginning is the 3. We need to calculate the vector array of the distance, the minimum distance of the origin, node 3, to all the other nodes. And the information is the matrix and the connections. The C implementations, and is it's quite confusing because we, for example, have int star. Int star in C language have two meanings. Int star, integer star in C language, in one way is a pointer for one integer. In other way is a dynamic array of integers. In this way, we have a dynamic array of integers. We return an array of integers that are allocated in dynamic way. Sometimes to students it's a bit confusing two meanings in low level. Also, this kind of memory allocation, low level, is confusing to teach the essence of the algorithms. In Python, it's a bit more clear to show the essence of the algorithms is the queue, the concepts is queue, and the distance in the matrix. Anyway, I show the two ways, C language and Python language. Because the more important is to see the heart of the concepts, and we teach in two ways. Stacks. Stacks, well-performed expressions. We need to know if these expressions is well-performed or not well-performed. And C language, we have closed and opened, we put in the stacks, and we verify if the stack is empty or the top of the stack is the same. And Python is the essence of the algorithm is the same. I teach first and in C language. The students run the code, debug the step-by-step some examples, and run also the Python code to better knowledge of the concepts of the stacks. Of course, there are a lot of other examples of queues, stacks, linked lists. Is a few examples in my talk because the time. Selection sort is is a good example. And in selection sort, we need to select on the right size the minimum, right size the minimum, and we swap of the actual position with the right size and the minimum with the actual. And in Python, there are built-ins sometimes, and in Python, it's not so good to use the built-ins. The idea is clear, but in my opinion, the analysis of complexity is better in C language, and because the students doesn't know what happened inside the built-in function. Então, sometimes it's good to teach in both languages to see what happened inside the built-in. The students, it's good to know the main idea in Python, main idea of selection sort in Python, but to the complexity analysis, it's better to see the low level. Because this, I continue to show in I maintain the C language also. I don't discard. I like C. I like Python, but I don't discontinue C language. Quicksort is my favorite example. Quicksort, we have a pivot. One side, the lowered, the other side, the higher. And I repeat the process recursively to the lower, to the higher. It's crazy because it's not clear the idea in Quicksort in C language. But the Python is beauty. The beauty will save the world. Dostoevsky told in Karamazov brothers, I think, the beauty will save the world. The list comprehensions are smaller, one side, the higher, the other side. Is clear. The students see the code, I understand clear the idea of the quicksort. The higher on the one side, the lower, the other side, and quicksort recursive to the smaller and the higher. To the analysis of the complexity, C is good, but to understand the idea, list comprehension, the functional programming is like Haskell or Python with list comprehension is very good because it's a beautiful code, in my opinion. And word count. And Alice in Wonderland, I need a program to count how many words have of each words. Is one slide to count how many words have. If the same program in C language, we need to tokenize the words. We need many pointers. It's crazy program to do the same thing. It's a crazy. In Python, is one slide. It's crazy. Some projects to my students. One project is to measure the time of the merge sort, quick sort, selection sort, and the native team sort Python. The students are very curious because the performance of team sort is good to curiosity. And other project is a Arthur Mellin game simplification. Is a marriage of knights and ladies, and Hamiltonian problem to put the knights around the table without fight. And knight only sit, and if the two sides are friends. If the two sides there are no friends, there are fights, and is a Hamiltonian problem simplification. Is a project I pass to my students. Other problem is a matrix. The students need to recognize continuous regions of binaries. For example, this continuous 5, this other continuous 3, other continuous 4, other continuous 2, other continuous. It's, it's it's an interesting problem to my students. Practical to implement. And the last is a graph theory problem, maximum independent set problem. A minimum degree bridge heuristic to maximum independent set problem. And 1, 2, 4, 6 is a maximum independent set for this graph. We and search the minimum degree. And in Python, this graph theory heuristic is, and also one slide, is implementation of one student. It's possible for a teacher. It's good when you can put the resolution in one slide, because with C you need to put in 3, 4, 5 slides. For a teacher perspective is good, because all resolutions in Python is made to one slide. is practical. And it's a maximum independent set. And when I teach with C language, it's impossible to teach a concept like graph theory in data structures discipline. And conclusions, C is not a bad language, it's good language, but it's more for details. Python is good for the essence, but only C is not so good. We are using Python and C with success, and thank you.
ありがとうございます。Thank you very much. 15分までなので10分ほどお時間あります。質問タイムとしたいと思いますが、質問ある方、挙手お願いします。はい。
Just a quick question that have you tried to let Python to call C in your class?
Python
To call C. You
to
seem
call C.
Yeah, to call C. Do you make them to run together, or just show them side by side?
Sometimes my students to optimization made a few libraries and call Python C, C Python.
So do you find, or do they find difficulty in doing that cross-language invocation? In general, it's a complicated process. Is there any challenge or difficulty in doing that in your class?
Oh, it's not my work. It's my teacher assistant's work. I don't know why.
No problem.
My teacher assistants will made this work. I don't know exactly how they made.
Savior. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Do so much pioneer work, and you should be my savior and my savior of my students. Do you plan to write some textbook about this topic, or is there any textbook currently on the bookstore or about Python and the data structure?
No, in Brazil, I gave a lot of talks. Last year, I gave 4 times 10 talks, and this year, in my schedule, 63 talks.
Wonderful. That's so hard.
If I put I have a lot of invitations to write books.
Okay, yeah. To be frankly, in my own experience, I myself stopped when I learned the linked list in C. Wow, that is. But yeah, very very wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
他に質問がある方。ないでしょうか。
Thank
で
you.
は、じゃあこのセッションはこれで終わりということで、ありがとうございました。この後ライトニングトークが17時25分からなんですけれども、15分までその国際会議場、じゃメディアカンファレンスホールは使っているので、その間まで少しこちらで休憩してください。15分になりましたら、向こう側の一つ階を降りたところのカンファレンスホールでライトニングトークを行いますので、移動してください。